back to my YouTube channel. My name is Fumi. If this is your first time seeing me, welcome. Thank you so much for clicking this video. Today's video is a pattern drafting tutorial, and basically I'm going to be showing you how to draft a pattern for a basic dress, like for a basic fitted dress. So like no extra anything, just like the basic pencil dress. So if you'll be interested in that, stay tuned. And if you're a beginner, don't worry, don't let the word pattern drafting scare you, because this is going to be very beginner friendly. So it's not going to be anything complicated, and I promise you would understand everything I'm saying from start to finish. And I'm also going to show you in a subsequent video how to use this very pattern that we're making today to create a different dress. We're going to use the same pattern, and I'm going to show you how to manipulate this very pattern to create a particular design. I'm not going to show you that right now, but when the video comes up you'll see it. So if you're interested, stay tuned, and yeah, see you at the end of the video.
So here's everything that we need for this project. You can pause and take notes. This is going to be the top of our pattern, and starting off at the center back, I'm just marking 1.5 inches all the way down. This is the zipper allowance. So just marking it at different points and then connecting it with my ruler. Now the shoulder measurement divided by 2. You take that and then you mark that. That's what I'm doing with my shoulder measurements, and then I'm connecting the different points. And then now I'm coming down by 1 inch for that shoulder slope, and I'm marking my round sleeve. Next, I'm marking my half length, which is basically your shoulder to your waistline, and then I'm just using my ruler to connect those points. You always want to mark your points at different parts so that your line would be straight. Now I'm marking my hip points, which is about 9 inches from my waistline, and then I'm connecting those points as well. Next up, I'm marking the full length of the dress. I wasn't able to fit the whole thing into the camera, but this is the length of my dress, and then I'm just connecting the points down here as well, like we've done for the rest. Now for the neck, I'm using 4 inches like as the width, and then 1.5 inches as the depth. Remember that this is the back, so the back neck is a bit high, and then I'm just drawing my shoulder slope and my neckline. You could use a French curve for this if you don't want to use your free hand like I'm doing. Now on that line where I marked my armhole depth, I'm marking my bust measurement divided by 4, and then plus 1 inch for sewing allowance. And then I'm doing on my waist measurement divided by 4 plus 1 inch for sewing allowance, and then another inch because I'm going to put that, so another inch for that allowance. And then hip measurement divided by 4 plus 1 inch for sewing allowance on your hip line. And then I just take that hip measurement and then I remove 1.5 inches, and then I mark that at the hem of the dress, and then I add 1 inch for sewing allowance, so that I can get that pencil shape. And then now I'm basically just connecting all these points, making my armhole, and then just connecting them with my ruler. Don't worry about how weird the shape is looking right now. What we just need to do is connect all of the points. My ruler is a bit short, but I'm just trying to go with it. And then this is what we have. So now I'm just going to try and smoothen out the edges, because remember it's a human body, and so you don't have sharp angles like this. So I'm just smoothing out all these sharp edges and corners. You can also do this with a French curve instead. And then I'm doing the curve on the armhole. Then on that waistline, on the zipper allowance, I'm coming in by 1/2 inch, because even your back isn't like straight like this, so I'm coming in by 1/2 inch, and then I'm just going to smoothen it out, like come back out from that 1/2 inch point, like you can see me doing here. And then also going upwards, I'm going to come out a bit, yeah, just like that. And then now I'm measuring making the points for my dart. So my dart is about 5 inches from my zipper allowance, and then I'm just marking 1/2 inch on either side, because the dart is about 1 inch. And then for the lower leg of the dart, I came down by 4 inches, and then I'm going up by 7 inches. For the dart, most of the time, like, I don't use a static measurement, but for the back, I go up by 6 to 7 inches, and then I come down by about 4 to 5 inches, depending on like the person's measurement. This particular dress is actually for a friend of mine. I made a bit of a mistake with that there, so I'm just coming back by trying to make sure all 3 of them are on the same point. That is 5 inches from the zipper allowance. For my own dresses, I usually go about 4 inches or 4.5 inches from the zipper allowance, so it really depends on the person's measurements. Most people use the nipple to nipple measurement to determine. So if your nipple to nipple measurement is 8 inches, then 4 inches from your zipper allowance would be where you would mark your dart. So since I'm using 5 here, you can guess that the nipple to nipple measurement in this case is 10 inches. So yeah, so I'm just connecting all of the points of my darts. And there you have it. Now I'm cutting out the back pattern. This is the fun part. And we have our back piece. Now we're going to use this same piece to sort of do like what the front piece is going to be. So I'm going to fold over the zipper allowance first of all, because there's no zip on the front of our dress. And then the neckline comes down a bit, and then the armhole for the front is also a bit different. You mark your midpoint of your armhole, which for me is 4 inches, and then you come in by 1/2 inch on that point. Then you connect that point to your shoulder line. Just slant the ruler and connect it. And then if you have a French curve, you connect it also to the rest of the armhole using your French curve, or you can just use your free hand like I'm doing. And that is how the armhole for the front piece is going to be. And then for the neck, I usually come down by about 4 inches. For deeper necklines, you go deeper than this. And then if someone wants something a bit higher, maybe 3 inches, or just a regular dress, I will come down by 4 inches for the front neck. And then I'm just folding over my zipper allowance. And this is basically the front pattern piece. I'm just doing this because I'm trying to conserve paper, but like if you can do a separate piece for your fronts.
Hi, and thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you were able to understand, and if there's any question that you have, please let me know in the comment section. If you have any tutorial requests, of course you can let me know in the comment section as well, or you can send me like a message on my Instagram. My Instagram is linked in the description box. Yeah, so thank you so very much. Thank you. See you for the next tutorial next week Tuesday, same time, same place.